Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. Today, I am going to be guiding you guys through the new EX1 Shiva fight. I, myself, like you guys, probably went into this fight thinking, hey, the very hard 3 wasn't that bad at all. Maybe I can take down this EX1, and then got absolutely, totally handled in the first 10 seconds of the fight. I'm happy to tell you guys today that I have found a really efficient way for dealing with Shiva, and my last run honestly felt easy. So I'm going to show you guys a setup for how to take her down, and actually I'm going to give you guys a notepad kind of write out of all of her mechanics throughout the fight, so you guys can screenshot that and use it for you guys to take down Shiva yourselves. Alright, so I'm going to go over here to the summon quest right here. All right, and let's go to Shiva. I'm going to talk about her a little bit. She is definitely different than the previous fight. So one thing that Shiva used to do was she used to cast Fog and sometimes Fatigue. I can't remember, but definitely Fog. She doesn't do that anymore. Shiva is going to basically open into this fight with a AoE Silence attack, and then essentially follow that with Diamond Dust, which will do a very large amount of damage if you are not adequately prepared to deal with it. Now, I will say that the most efficient weapons going into this fight are going to be free summon weapons that you guys can kind of grind and fully build up to OB10. I'm going to show you guys which ones you guys are going to want to build when I go into the team build, but I will say that they are super helpful with actually surviving Shiva's damage. We're finally getting to a point in the game where elemental resistances are coming into play. So if you're going into this fight and stacking your DPS through the roof, that's not going to be the way to approach this, guys. Alright, so let's go down here. Let's jump over to Shiva. Alright, so Shiva is right here. Weakness Fire, of course. She is going to take more magic damage than physical. However, I do believe this can be done with a strong enough Cloud/Sky Splitter with the Arcanum costume. Alright, her resistance is obviously going to be Ice. Her sigil is going to change from Circle to Diamond this time, so I will be bringing Tifa with the Bahamut Knuckles in order to take that down. However, it is not a sigil break that's required to have a Diamond Sigil weapon, so you can beat it without having a Diamond Sigil weapon. You're just going to have to be more on point when you go into it, and make sure that your characters don't cast the wrong abilities. Sometimes they'll cast 4 ATB cost abilities instead of 3 for some reason, and you're not going to want them to do that. So I set up my materia with things that will always take 8 or drop one of these sigils with 3 ATB cost. I'll go into that more when I go into the materia. Other than that, magic attacks are effective against this enemy. She's going to go multiple times into her Force Gauge Ice Age, which is going to essentially give her an ice bar that can be depleted with fire damage. Alright guys, so I'm going to pop up my list of the mechanics for the fight right here. If you guys want to take a screenshot, now's your chance. I'm going to go over the fight, the whole fight essentially with you guys really quick before going over the team build. So she's going to open the fight with the AoE Silence and the Diamond Dust, right? In order to deal with that, right at the beginning of the fight, we're going to cast Defaith right before the Silence, all right? As soon as that happens, I'm going to follow with a mid to high tier magic attack break. Now, you need to cast this with a physical weapon. So for example, Zack's Twinkling Star or Red 13 also has a magic attack down weapon that's physical that will allow him to attack during this phase. Silence is only going to block magic-based weapons and materia. After you tank the Diamond Dust, she's going to go into the Ice Bar phase, right? Or Force Gauge Ice Age. All right. During this time, we're going to use Fire Imperils and Fire DPS to break the Ice Bar while consistently healing our team back up to full. Once Shiva is broken, she will get stunned. This is a great opportunity to get in as much damage as you can, so make sure you utilize that. All right, after she goes back out of it, I think she might go into another kind of Ice Age, but you're going to get a little period of time here where you're doing some damage, but you want to look for when Shiva buffs her magic attack and then use Red 13's Stardust Ray. Stardust Ray will basically get rid of any of the physical or magic attack buffs that are currently on Shiva, just like that, guys. It's going to be super chill, super easy, makes this fight kind of a walk in the park. You do not need Red 13's new Ice, Fire, and Peril. I do not have it. However, you do need the weapon that's farmable from the IFRIT and BAHAMUT fight for Red 13. I'll show you guys that in a second. All right, so once recovered, eventually during this point in time, Shiva is going to start to cast Heavenly Strike. She's always going to target the character with the highest ice resistance. Do not heal afterwards, because immediately following this will be the Diamond Sigil Break. It's going to be a 14-hit Diamond Sigil Break, doable with or without Diamond Sigil weapons. After breaking the sigils, there is going to be a major stun phase, guys. This is going to be the time where you're getting off all the Crimson Flare, the Hellfire, getting as much damage as you can into this fight, all right? There's going to be 2 more Diamond Dusts in this fight. The last one is going to kill you, so it is a DPS check at the end. All right, let's see. Yeah, like I said, use this opportunity to fully imperil and launch Crimson Flare Hellfire. Once Shiva recovers, the ice bar will reappear. Continue your DPS and look for when Shiva rebuffs her magic attack, and then use Stardust Ray to completely get rid of it. As the ice bar depletes, make sure that you, as it starts to get low, cast your AoE magic defense up, cast a Defaith on Shiva because she's about to silence you again. Once the silence hits, basically follow up with the Defaith with the high tier magic attack down. Same thing that we did right here at the beginning of the fight. It's the same phase again. Tank the Diamond Dust, heal the damage, and continue the DPS until Shiva dies. The next Diamond Dust after this will kill your team, so go full DPS. Alright guys, so that's going to be the overview of the fight. Let me know if you guys like me putting that up in the notepad and showing the full mechanics of the fight, because honestly it's easy for me to write that stuff down. I normally memorize the fights before I do these guides, so I'm happy to do that every single time. Alright, so to go over the actual team build itself, I'm going to be running Zac, Tifa, and Red 13 with a combined power of 229,000. Zac is going to be our dedicated fire DPS, Tifa our healer / Diamond Sigil Breaker, and Red 13 is going to be our fire imperiler / magic defense AoE up buffer. So pretty simple across the board with this team. Zac is going to be running his Fire Arcanum costume paired with Ifrit, paired with his fire weapon right here, and then Twinkling Star, you are going to need a magic attack breaking weapon that is a physical cast, so keep that in mind. All right. Other than that, Tifa is going to be running her healing costume along with Crimson Flare in order to boost Zac's Ifrit damage. We have the Lifeguard Wraps here in the first slot and the Bahamut Knuckles here in the second slot for the Diamond Break right here. Last but not least, we have Red 13 with his Hellhound costume that gives Frost Fang's Fire Ice Resist plus 20% and Fire Ice ability damage plus 15. And then the very, very coveted Stardust Ray right here. I highly recommend getting this, which is going to do very little damage, but also remove physical and magic attack up buffs. Super, super clutch in this fight, guys. All right, his first weapon is going to be that Ifrit Bahamut event weapon or summon weapon right here, which as you guys can see is going to give him a whopping 40 ice resist, guys, and 22 HP at level 80 OB10. It's also going to give him access to a mid-tier fire imperil, which is absolutely fantastic. The magic ability damage is plus 20%, so that's where I'm slotting my Fyra right here. You want to have your buffer also doing fire damage. And then last but not least, we have our AoE magic defense up weapon right here. All right, so to go over the materia really quickly, I have a Defaith on Zac. You're probably wondering why I have that, because he has Twinkling Star. It's just because sometimes he'll use Twinkling Star in the Sigil Break phase, which is a 4 ATB cast, which is kind of silly. So I pop this on here and he'll automatically use this instead, which saves the ATB cost. I also have a Fyra on here just in case for some extra damage. Also 3 ATB costs for the Diamond Sigil Break. And then I just have a stat stick sigil break right here on Zac. For Tifa, I have a Cura, a D-Faith right here, since she'll be doing the first D-Faith before Silence, and a Stat Stick sigil break right here. And last but not least, on Red 13, we have a Cura, Fire Breach right here just for the Stat Stick, and then the very important Fyra materia right here for doing damage. Now, to show you guys the back end of the characters really quick, let's jump over here to Zac. His stats are going to be 87,000 power, 8.5k HP, 3k magic attack, 133 magic defense. So he is our least tanky of the bunch, and you'll see that in his damage, but it is survivable like this. All right. His R abilities are going to be as shown here and here for you guys. All right, with the most important things being magic attack, fire potency, ice resist right here, and HP. Now his sub weapons are going to be the crew kicker from Zac for the HP fire potency. We're going to have the Inferno Grave. This is one of those summon weapons that you can grind for free that I highly recommend picking up. As you guys can see, it gives ice resist 38 at OB8. And also boosts attack, so it's super solid for the sub weapons on this. We're really stacking defensively, and you'll see that more on the other characters. Zac's our DPS, so Zac's gonna get 2 DPS weapons in the back, but we're still gonna need a really solid defensive one in order for him to survive. Last but not least, we're going to run the Carrot Sword for the boost magic attack and fire potency. Jumping over to Tifa, she's got 74k power, 9k HP, 2.2k magic attack, 176 magic defense, so super solid, and 2.1k healing. Her R abilities are as shown, with healing focused, magic defense focused, ice resist focused, and HP. Her R abilities are right here for you guys to check out. And her sub weapons are going to be the IFRIT sword, which I highly recommend farming if you don't have it yet, for the ice resist HP right here. She's also going to be running the Chocobo staff for the healing and the magic defense. And then last but not least, the Best Wishes weapon for the magic defense and physical defense right here. So she's really geared for defensive tankiness right now. Last but not least, we have Red 13, 67k power, 10.2k HP, 2.7k magic attack, 139 magic defense. All right, but if we go down here and we look at him in the back end right here, you'll see he has 7 ice resist. Shiva's single target heavenly strikes are going to target the character with the highest ice resist. So keep that in mind. All right, so he's gonna have 7 ice resist, which is gonna give him 50% ice resist on top of this costume, which is going to give him 20. He has 70% ice resist, guys, along with 139 magic defense. All right, I'll pop his R abilities up for you guys to check out right there. And last but not least, his sub weapons, we have Sephiroth's Flame Dragon Blade, another IFRIT Bahamut summon weapon that you guys can farm for the ice resist magic defense. We have the Bandage Sword, which is a fantastic weapon right here that gives ice resist and HP. Super great sub weapon for this fight. A lot of people have it. And last but not least, the Egg Collar for a little bit of magic attack and fire potency. So that is going to conclude the team build, the mechanics for Shiva EX1. That being said, let's get into it. Honestly, guys, this was a really fun fight. I was getting wrecked at first. Honestly, just totally destroyed. But you guys are going to see right now how chill this fight can actually be. And I know you're going to go out there and get the clear on your own. D-Faith, as soon as you hit the ATB right there, once that happens, I'm just going to switch over to Zac or whoever has your magic attack break weapon. Since it's physical, he can still cast it. I'm going to cast it when Shiva's halfway through Diamond Dust, then switch over to Tifa and block the Diamond Dust. You'll see that we're going to tank this no problem. Here we go. Perfect. All right, so after that, I'm just going to drop a heal. Red 13 is going to go straight into imperiling, and Zac is going to go straight into damage right here. All right, boom. Tifa's just going to slowly get everyone up in HP, while Zac and Red 13 do as much damage as they can. All right, here we go, guys. All right, I'll toss one Mono Ward with Red 13 right there just to give us a little bit of defense. And Red 13 will re-up the Fire Imperil while Zac prepares to deal some major damage right here. All right, And as you guys can see, we should be pretty damn close to breaking this Ice Age bar. And Tifa's roughly right at the point where everyone's fully healed. So she is going to be stunned right now. Get as much damage in as you can. All right. And I'm going to also be building up Red 13's Stardust Ray. And now we are looking for when she raises her magic attack, guys. All right. So now we have Stardust Ray. All right. Here we go. I'm going to get her with another Fire Imperil right here. She's going to cast Heavenly Strike right now. It is going to hit Red 13. We can, I'm not even going to defaith her right now. It looks like everyone is silenced as well. All right, here we go. I'm not sure if she gave herself a magic attack up. I didn't have the chance to see it, but I'm pretty sure it's at -1. Perfect, it is at -1. All right, after that, here comes the Sigil Break. Okay, so I should have been on Tifa right there, so she didn't heal. But because we have the Diamond Sigil weapon, it's going to be a little bit lenient with the damage right here. I'm going to pause it real quick and explain this Sigil Break. During this time, she is going to cast back-to-back Blizzagas, okay? And it can do a major amount of damage. However, the nice thing about it is that she will always target the person with the highest HP. So she'll hit one person down, hit another person down, hit another person down, right? So if you don't have a Diamond Sigil breaking weapon, you're going to want to bring, you know, definitely use the AoE magic defense up at this point in time, because you don't want to be healing. You want to be just doing as much damage as possible. All right, so I'm going to jump back into the fight, and we just have one more right here. You'll see that she's going to choose Zac next to target because he has the highest HP. All right, there we go. Now, from here, I'm just going to Imperil her, get the Imperil, and now we're going to drop the Crimson Flare, the Hellfire, and I'm going to keep the Stardust Ray for now. All right, perfect, looking good. She should be getting close to half health by the time the Ifrit drops. All right, let's go. All right, perfect. So she's right around half HP. This is a major window to do damage, guys. So you want to get as much damage in as you can. All right, Zac is also going to have a fire potency buff up at the moment, and I'm going to start healing with Tifa at the same time. All right, so as you guys can see, we got a major amount of damage there. Zac is going to get in another one right here, and Tifa is going to drop the heal. Let's frickin' go. All right, with Red 13, I'm going to switch over, give Tifa a little bit of a boost right there. Okay, and it looks like here comes the next Diamond Dust. I did not get off the, we can pop the, let's see here. All right, so I think we're actually pretty good. All right, so Diamond Dust comes a little bit quicker than I thought right there. You should be able to get off the Defaith and the magic attack down, but I think we're going to be fine right here. Luckily right there, Tifa did survive. Okay, we're going to go into the Fire Imperil break, switch over to Tifa, healing waves right there, and essentially we're just going to be taking down Tifa as quickly as we can right now. All right, get some fire damage in. All right, get everyone fully healed up. Watch for her magic attack buff. And get everyone back up to full, essentially. Drop the Fire Imperils when you need to. All right, we're going to up that. And we should be pretty much good to go here right now, guys. All right, we even got Ifrit back right here. And I think we are going to be pretty much solid. All right, I'm going to interrupt that, drop the Stardust Ray and the Hellfire. So as you guys can see, even with some mistakes, we were able to take down Shiva. So even with a tiny bit of min-maxing on this fight, if you guys have those summon weapons, which I'll show you guys after we take down Shiva right here. Oh, it looks like she actually blocked it a little bit. All right, so let's kill her. All right, Shiva, you done. All right, there she is. Now she's dead. Okay, there was going to be one more Diamond Dust, but it doesn't come as fast as that second one did. I didn't quite remember it being that quick, so I got a little caught off guard, but it's okay. We came in prepared, and we took down the fight. All right, so I'm going to show you guys one more time the important weapons that you guys need to have for this fight. All right, so if we go into the Shiva right here, go into the back end right here on the characters. The first one's going to be the Inferno Grave from Glenn, super important. Second one is going to be IFRIT Sword from Zach right there. The third one is going to be Sephiroth's Flame Dragon Blade. All right. The fourth one is going to be the Bandage Sword if you have it. It's a really good one. And then last but not least, it's going to be the Flame Dragon's Band from Red 13. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the fight. It was pretty fun putting this video together. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, don't forget to drop a comment, or, don't hesitate to drop any comments. I'm happy to help you guys clear this content, and I want you guys to succeed and win these fights, all right? If you have more complicated questions, come join our Discord. It's called The Curseborn. There is a link to join in the description of all my videos. That being said, if you guys enjoyed this video today, watching me take down Shiva and burn her to the ground, don't forget to drop a like on the video and to subscribe to the channel for future Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis content. That being said, I hope you guys all have a wonderful night. Take care and peace.